Hey everybody, it's your boy Chef Michael coming at you today with an awesome new cannabis recipe. It is brunch day today. It's Saturday. You had a night of partying, whatever the case may be. You're at home, you're hungry this morning, might be hungover, you've had some coffee, and now you're ready for something delicious to eat. So what I have made today, and I'm going to show you how to do it. The recipe is super easy, especially if you have a Joule sous vide. But it's going to be a cannabis infused CBD and THC fried potato. I'm using a lemon haze and a Zenergy CBD mix that I've infused, and I got that all in the oil of the fried potato with some herbs and seasoning. Super simple. We just let that fry up, and the star of the show is going to be the Eggs Benedict today. A little bit of orange Hollandaise sauce. Oh man, you guys are going to love it. It's going to be an absolute must and a favorite for your friends and family. You got to give this one a try. Now remember, if you like this video, subscribe, like, and share. Ring that bell for notifications. Alright folks, my friends. So the best way to get the side dishes for your Sunday brunch is to add a little cannabis into your side dishes. And today I have actually taken 25 milligrams of an extract of CBD that I have, and 25 milligrams of, I believe this was lemon haze. So we're going to add that into our pan. Okay, so we're going to let that start coming in, and we're going to add our potatoes in here. Okay, this is going to be at a medium heat. Ooh, I can smell that cannabis in here already. It smells delicious. And there is something to be said about cooking with cannabis. You know, whether you're trying to medicate and you don't like to smoke, or if you don't like to vape, you know, whatever the case might be for you, this is a good alternative is to, you know, make edibles with it. But now we do need to make it a little flavorful. We can't just use infused cannabis oil. So now I'm going to use some Slap Ya Mama Cajun seasoning, just a little bit. I don't like it overly spicy, so just a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to use some Trader Joe's green and red Hatch chili flakes. These actually go really well in here. Don't want too many of them again. And then we're going to throw in some onion powder. And I like mine a little more on the oniony side. And just a little bit of garlic powder. Okay. And then we'll kind of get all this mixed up. Okay, now we are going to let this fry in the cannabis oil for about 10 to 14 minutes. And this will make a great side for our Eggs Benedict. Alright folks, so as you can see, this has been going for about 13 minutes. Now I'm not making a ton of potatoes, excuse me. I'm just making enough for, you know, a couple of us in the house this morning for our brunch. But as you can see, they crisped up. You know, really don't need to do a lot more to them besides crisp them up. So, turn up the heat a little bit. I'll let these crisp up just a little bit more. And then once they're done, we'll add this as a side to our Eggs Benedict today. Alright folks, so for the Eggs Benedict recipe, I got the Joule going at 148 degrees. Now it's currently like 8 o'clock in the morning here. So what we're going to do in advance is we're going to put all of our ingredients into the sous vide separately. The eggs we're not even going to screw with. We're just going to put them in a Ziploc bag. That's how easy this recipe is. It's a foolproof recipe. I kid you guys not. There is not really a way to mess this recipe up. Alright, so we're going to put the eggs in. Okay, we're going to put that in the sous vide. I'm going to try to get as much air out as I can so they don't sink. Or so they do sink, excuse me. Might have to put just a little bit of the water in there. So they said, there we go, see? Maybe just a little bit more there. Now the jewel is set at 148 degrees. So now we'll get the rest of the air out of there. And now for all of your Hollandaise ingredients. Super, super simple. Your egg yolks, okay? And in this case, I'm going to be using 4 egg yolks, 1 stick of butter, a teaspoon of my blood orange concentrate, about a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, and I like to use about a 1/2 teaspoon of Cajun seasoning. This is not you slap your mama Cajun seasoning. Adds super good amount of flavor to anything you make. So we're going to add those 3 things to the bag. We're going to add the concentrated blood orange juice to the bag. We are going to add a little bit of fresh squeezed lemon juice to the bag. Now, however much you want is going to be entirely up to you. Now you'll add your egg yolks and your butter to this bag, and then we're going to drop it straight in here, and I'll show you what it looks like as it comes out, because you're going to be thinking this is a mess and it's never going to work, and I'll show you how it's going to work when we come. Alright, so as I said, you see that the eggs are in. Okay, and then we are going to make some egg yolks. We're going to go ahead and use the same dish the seasonings were in. You want to separate the yolk from the egg here. Okay, and then you're going to put your yolks in the bag. Okay. So again, it's going to be 4 egg yolks to the stick of butter into your seasonings in here. Now, I have somebody that's visiting that loves egg white omelets, so that's what they're going to have today. Rather than the Eggs Benedict, but the rest of us will be having Eggs Benedict today. So there's our 3rd one. Okay, and let's just get our last one done real quick here. Okay. Alright, so that will go out in our compost bin outside. Okay, so we've already got our lemon added to the bag. We've got our seasonings added to the bag. Now, I do like to add just a little bit of tap water to the bag. Okay, and then we are going to add 1 full stick of butter. Now, no one ever said Hollandaise sauce was a fat-free recipe, but it is sure good. Interesting fact though, for most of you guys, a mayonnaise and Hollandaise is almost the same. Almost, except one's made with oil, one's made with butter. So we're going to try to get all the oil out of this, or all the air out of it, and then we're going to pop it right down in here. This is going to sit here for 2 hours. Okay, so once everything's ready, you guys will see me come back, fresh battery. We'll get everything toasted here. We'll get this stuff broken down, and I'll show you how it all gets put together at the very end. It takes you less than 15 minutes from beginning to end with the jewel. Alright, my friends. Everybody around. Now, by the power and magic of video creation, hopefully you guys can see this plate here. Okay. So I went ahead, I pulled the eggs out of the jewel. Now the only thing with the eggs is you take them out of the bag, you crack them over a spoon, and then you crack them onto a plate or whatever, and then as you can see, after 2 hours you have the perfect poached egg. Okay, so now for what you guys have really been dying to see. So remember I told you we were going to do this in the blender. Now you can already see this Hollandaise has gotten fairly thick. You got the butter in there, you got all that. This really just yummy, tasty goodness. You just want to make sure that you squeeze your bag out real good, because you don't want to really get a bunch of stuff left over in here. You want all the goodness you can get out of this. Alright, my friends, Now as you see, we got everything in the blender. Now you don't have to do your Eggs Benedict with ham. You could do crab, you could do lobster, you could do shrimp, you could do herring roe, you could do pork. I mean, I've seen Eggs Benedict done over 1,000 ways, but this is our homemade pork loin. I actually cured this myself, and this is our cannabis fried potatoes that you see plated up here. Okay, so now the next step is we're just going to take about a teaspoon or two of water. Okay, so just a couple drops. It doesn't take much at all. And then, so my thought was, you know what, it's Saturday. Let's shake it up a little bit since we got the orange in there. And let's add just a little bit more of our cannabis oil. Not too much because this is pretty strong. Okay, and we're going to put our lid on here, and then we're just going to blend this puppy up. And in the next few minutes, you will see perfectly done Hollandaise. Okay, now our sauce is hot right now, but oh man, that just looks terrific. So now if we actually look at our Hollandaise sauce, you can see it's not broke. It's perfectly consistent. You know, it's not too thick, it's not too thin. And like I said, folks, if it is too thick initially, just thin it out with a little bit of water, or half and half. Now I'm going to take a taste here. Just make sure our seasonings are on point. Oh, that orange and the citrus flavor really make this pop. So let's get this dish completed up. Okay, so we got our tomatoes sitting here. Now I don't know where y'all come from, but where I come from, my tomatoes don't come seasoned. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Get that on here. Okay, just do one. Okay, don't need anything fantastic over the top of this. Okay, just a little bit of avocado. Okay, so make sure you don't go all the way through the avocado with your knife, because the last thing you would want is to cut yourself. Okay. Friends, sorry about that. I had lost my fork, but scoop out your avocado like so. Okay, and then depending on how much avocado you want, you can just lay it down and then fan it out with your hand. Okay, and we could do the same thing on this side. Okay, my knife probably isn't thick enough for pull this pit out. Blooper. Okay. So as I said before, just make sure your knife doesn't go all the way through. Make yourself some thin slices all the way down. Okay, then take your spoon. Okay, and it's kind of up to you. If you don't want the whole avocado, don't use the whole avocado. You know, so for example, if I only want, you know, a little bit of avocado on this side, we'll just put a little bit of avocado. I mean, decision's up to you. So, you know, it's always up to you. You're the cook. It's your brunch. It's however you want to make it. Just a tiny bit of salt here. You don't need much. Okay, just a tiny bit of pepper there. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and we are just going to move our little eggs right on, just like so. Okay, now I will tell you, these eggs, yes, these eggs do look a little small. As you guys know, if anybody's seen the price of eggs lately, it's like $12 for, you know, well, probably not 12 anymore. It's like $9 for, you know, a dozen large eggs. And I actually got this special on the medium. So, alright, so there's our Eggs Benedict. Okay, so finally, I'm just going to get everything ready here. Finishing touches. Okay, so now you got your Hollandaise. Okay, and now we're just going to let that Hollandaise glow right over that, just like that. And my friends, like I said, it's Saturday, so let's take it over the top. Let's add a little bit more of the cannabis oil. So now we're going to have about 75 milligrams of total cannabis oil in this. You see I'm going very, very lightly because it's not going to need a lot. A little bit of pepper on the top. And I like to finish it off and just go pop, 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 pop. Wipe the plate. And that, my friends, is a cannabis infused Eggs Benedict. That is time saving, perfect for brunches, parties, and this is just absolutely delicious. If you guys enjoy, please bag back.